On a frigid winter evening, Ralph discovered a cat at his doorstep, its eyes pleading to be let inside. Little did he know this chance encounter would lead to an extraordinary surprise. As he rose during one of his show breaks, Ralph prepared himself a mug of hot chocolate. Looking over to the open terrace door, he found the feline outline struggling through an icy wind to face him. The weatherman had announced snow for that morning. What it was, as the tapping with the cat's paw hit the glass, seemed to plead silently. Ralph walked to the door, and immediately the cat stood up, as if it knew rescue was at hand. Not a moment of hesitation, Ralph opened the door, and the feline darted inside, escaping the bitter cold outside. A gust of ice-cold wind followed, sending a shiver down Ralph's spine as he noticed the slightly damp fur dotted with tiny frozen droplets. The cat was beautiful, a white tabby with a heavy, feather-like tail. For a stray, the animal was well fed considering the bad weather. Touched by its plight, Ralph went to the kitchen and heated some milk. He placed the bowl on the floor, and the cat lapped up the milk gratefully. The cat, now curious and at ease, explored the house, sniffing every corner and inspecting its new surroundings. Ralph couldn't help but smile as he stroked its soft fur, eliciting a purr and a gentle rub against his leg. Pleased by this reaction, Ralph spoke softly, telling the cat it could stay as long as it liked. The words tumbled out as if to express the sudden disposition on his part to take care of this quite unsolicited guest. For the first time in his life, Ralph realized he was prepared to open his home to an animal not tied to friends or family. In that quiet moment, the cat made a cold, wintry night warm and unforgettable. As a child, Ralph loved dogs and always wished he could get a puppy for his birthday. Apartment building living made this impossible, so he satisfied his dog cravings playing with his friends' dogs. Later, after 2 years in the military, Ralph started a job that involved much travel. He liked new sights, places, and cultures, but that killer schedule had no room for a pet, which was what he had always desired to keep. So he switched his job for settling down in one place and purchasing his own home, a process which eventually took almost a year in the finding of the perfect house. This stability now made him more appreciative of the freedom of the cat that was now free to roam his house. Full with warm milk, the cat declined Ralph's offer of chicken leftovers and continued its exploration of the house, its curiosity unabated. Ralph chuckled and leaned back into the couch with his mug of hot chocolate, his attention again turning to the soccer game on TV. Then he looked at the living room and found the cat there with big wide eyes looking toward the bright screen. A meowing sound was made from her in such a gentle manner, probably trying to decipher the big shining contraption. With Ralph's game having no fascination on the cat due to his lowering the volume, the cat began searching through other rooms of the house again. Soon enough, Ralph heard a soft meow in the hallway. He came in to see that the cat had sniffed around everywhere, including the guest room. There, it had taken a particular shine to a folded blanket on the bed. The animal started kneading with its front paws on the fabric, purring very strongly and filling the room with the noise. Ralph couldn't but chuckle at the scene before him. Although he had never been much around cats, he was pleased by this animal becoming at home. It took over the guest room that night and was very friendly and composed every time Ralph came by. The cat even managed to purr cozily when he appeared, quite at ease. The cat had drunk the water he had left out for it. Apparently, it needed little else. Right before he went to bed, Ralph checked in on the feline one last time and was reassured to see his unexpected guest resting peacefully. Only then did he let himself be soothed, falling into rest with the warmth of his new companion. Early the following morning, Ralph sought to establish the owner of the cat. Ralph asked pictures of the cat around neighboring houses and spoke to several, no one of whom recognized it as his or said they had seen the cat before. No lost pet notices were found on bulletin boards, and postings in online community groups and social media yielded no helpful responses. People told him to take it to a shelter, but Ralph disregarded the suggestions. It was clear from the start that the animal had confidence in him. Realizing the cat was probably going to stay another night in his house, Ralph thought he had better get prepared. He went out and bought a litter box, special cat food, and a nice bed. The cat wasn't interested in the food much, but immediately took a liking to the bed. Ralph threw one of his favorite blankets in to make it even more comfortable, but was still concerned about anorexic and its cool temperature. He thought it may have caught a bug from being out on the cold streets, so he placed a heating pad and another warm blanket in the bed as well. The cat definitely enjoyed the warmth, but made Ralph no less anxious. All through the night, Ralph called to his guest at frequent intervals, and the invariable response was a loud, friendly purr. But he was not satisfied with that, so when morning came, he allowed the cat more time to get accustomed to its new quarters, hoping that its appetite would improve as it became more at home. Outside, the snow fell steadily, muzzling the world in silence. It was a surprise that morning. Ralph came into the guest room hearing some soft, low sounds. Lo and behold, the cat lay in her bed no longer alone. She had given birth to 3 tiny, adorable kittens during the night. It was then that Ralph realized she had not been sick, just advanced in pregnancy. The mother cat was proud, nuzzling her kittens while Ralph's heart swelled up with love for the new family. Days passed, and Ralph took the feline family to a veterinary clinic where they were all checked over, obtained health certificates, and were started on vaccinations. It was then that this little family being thrown into his life by the whims of chance gave Ralph a reason to feel meaningful and happy. Before long, separation from the feline family became quite unthinkable. With no one coming forward after several months to claim the cat and her kittens, Ralph knew the gods had given him a new role: proud owner of 4 cats. As the kittens started growing up, Ralph watched them playing with one another, showering them with toys and affection since their antics would fill his house with joy. She was his constant companion, always at his side and ever protective. Proving a commitment to being a responsible pet owner, Ralph had her spayed at the appropriate time. With his 4 little beauties, Ralph's house now was the warm, boisterous home he had always longed for. Now your turn, guys. Have you ever taken any stray animal or something in your care? Share all about that with me in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this heartwarming tale, do give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and catch me on the next one.